Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to use the GLAMOUR Tribe to create a Halloween tumbler. This is the first box that I have got from GLAMOUR Tribe, and I am in love because it comes with everything that you need to create multiple tumblers, trays, whatever your heart desires. So first off, we have two beautiful glitters in the box. This is Wicked. Can't wait to use this one. And Apparition. Crazy sparkly. Then we have a couple of decals. There's a third one. Maybe I didn't put it back. There it is. So 3 decals. A straw topper. This is 3D printed. Looks like it goes over top of a straw. Little trick or treat bucket. It makes me think of the kids meal ones from McDonald's. We have some pools that match our vinyls beautifully, and then all of our vinyl. Now I'll have all the details on how to get a box down below for you guys. Like I said, this is the first one, and I'm really excited that I'll be getting these monthly. This one is my favorite. Look at that! Freaking bats. I love it. And then we have a black element sheet. So I think what we're going to do, I'm definitely using this. That's a no-brainer. Probably use, let's see, I might just use both of those. And, we might use this. I don't know. We're just gonna go with the flow. No plan in place, and that's okay. Okay, so we are gonna use our Big Betty 2.0 for this. I think what we're gonna do is wrap this around like so. This will be the top, and then we'll do glitter down here, and maybe I'll be able to wrap that lace around the bottom. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do, I think. Here we go. Does anybody else always get fussed at for using their husband's tools? I do. Honestly, I use his, I'm in his toolbox more than he is. I'm always building something, borrowing tools for projects, or working on my chicken coops, or in the garden or something, and apparently I don't put them back in the correct space. Okay. Let's trim off any excess here, so I'm just gonna trim it down to here, and I'll slice the vinyl. That way we can pull it around this curve, so it will be down just a little bit more for us to do our glitter. Cut down a little bit more than that. And no, this is not going to wrap all the way around, and that's okay, because right underneath that handle, we will put some glitter. I'm not usually a huge fan of the holographic vinyl, but oh my gosh, I love this one so much. I love it, I love it. It's freaking awesome. It's freaking bats. Okay, so we're going to leave a little bit of that stainless at the top. You want to give just a teeny tiny lip up there so your epoxy can grab hold of it. And then let's try to evenly get the same amount of space on either side. Of our handle. It's okay if it's not perfect, because again, we will be putting some glitter down through there. I don't want to scratch this holographic. To me, it would show, I don't know if it does or not, but I feel like, ooh, quit squeaking, like it would show stop, scratches more than other vinyl, than the matte. So definitely use something that's soft. If you don't have one of these, then wrap a piece of, I can't even talk because this thing is squeaking. Like a soft cloth or something around the end of your squeegee. That way it doesn't scratch it. Oh man. Okay, so we're gonna start pulling this over the edge. I'm gonna go around with a craft blade. And just every inch or so, I'm gonna cut. And then we'll just come around and stretch those down. That way there's not any bumps or anything in this around that curve. And we get this to come down just a little bit further. I'm just pulling it. And pressing it down. This vinyl is extra squeaky. I felt like my voice has been in the last couple of weeks. I'm so ready to feel normal again. But it's feeling like this sinusy crud is going to be my new normal. It's awful. Okay. Gosh, I love that vinyl. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. I love it. Let me trim. I didn't get this quite even. Now it is. Okay. So, now which one of these do we want to use? Or do I want to try to use both? Maybe we can ombre them. Okay, but first, I'm not going to spray paint the bottom since we're going to use this on this bottom side. I'm just going to take a purple. Yeah, we'll use purple. And I'm going to go right in here to cover that up. And get us ready for our glitter. And I'm also going to tape this off. That way I can go up through here with our purple glitter as well. So I don't actually have a purple spray paint that's going to match this really well. So we're going to use Hex from Adhesive Apothecary. This is a paint and a glue in one. We won't be using it to adhere our glitter since we're going to do a couple different ones. I'll be using epoxy for our glitter on this one, but this is a paint and a glue in one. So let's tape this off using scrap pieces of our temporary vinyl. It's a good way to use up those scraps that you'll probably never use, but you think you will. I'm not going all the way down because we're just going to paint this little section here. And then we'll pop off these pieces and then we'll paint this midsection. It's probably best that I paint this on anyway because it would have been really hard to tame our spray paint to go exactly where I want it. Okay. So Adhesive Apothecary has some really, really amazing brushes. to apply their glitters and, or not their glitters, their paints and glues and sealers, but we're using my trusty e.l.f. Total Face paintbrush, and just to get a nice even coat, I'm going to do 2 thin coats of this right over top of the section here. The reason I'm dabbing this instead of actually brushing it on is because it's really hard to get complete brush strokes with those little things on there. So we're just going to dab it on. I'm going to dry this super fast with the low setting on my heat gun, and then we'll come back and do our second coat. Okay, this dried really fast. Okay. Now, before we add on our glitter, we'll take that off again. Now we're just going to paint this midsection. I'm not going to go all the way down because we're going to do our silver down here at the bottom. But just light coat. Do your brush strokes around. Not trying to get it super thick. I just want to kind of blend this section a little bit better so it's not showing underneath our glitter. So I'm going to dry that up really quick, and then we'll come back and do another coat. Okay. I love this color too. This is a really pretty purple. I think that will be good enough. That we won't see any of that vinyl underneath our glitter now. Just blend that out a little bit better. Dry this up, and then we will add on some epoxy. We're gonna add on our strips of vinyl here. Again, this is temporary vinyl. So you can also use masking tape, painter's tape. And I do have my respirator on because I already have my epoxy mixed up. So I have about 5 milliliters of a little extra incorporated epoxy. This is their Turbo Fast Set. This epoxy dries in roughly 2 to 3 hours. So just in a few hours, I'll be able to seal everything in and then go in with another coat of epoxy on top of this. So I'm going to get my epoxy thin. Just dab this on here. Now once I have that, how am I going to do this? I've done confused myself. You know what? I'm stumped. I don't know what to do. Okay, let's try this. No? Yes. No? Yes. Okay, we're going to take this off. Yes. And then I'm going to go over the bottom. I totally know what I'm doing. Not. I told you there wasn't any plan in place. So I'm only going to bring this up about halfway. Because we're not going to have glitter go all the way to the top. So we'll do this here. And it's fine. Totally fine. All right. That should work, right? Yeah. We're going to use this first. So we're using the Wicked glitter. We're going to go right over this seam. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks good. And I'm going to stop about right here, and then we're going to blend right here in the middle. Remember, we're doing silver at the very bottom, so just going to sprinkle a little bit on here. And then the bottom side we'll do our silver. Tilt it up this way and do the same thing. Oh yeah, see, I knew it was maybe not. Okay. Knock off any excess, and then we'll do our silver. Oh whoa, that has stars in it. I wasn't expecting that. That's cool. We're just dumping this on because we blended our purple, so we don't have to worry too much about this one. This has all kinds of shapes in it. It's really pretty. Alrighty. Okay, now that we have our glitter on, I'm going to allow this to dry for a couple of hours. I will come over it with a chip brush. That way I can brush off any of the excess off of our vinyl up here. And this will be more kind of like put together right there in that seam. And then I will spray seal it with Rust-Oleum Matte Clear Coat, and then I will give it a coat of epoxy or two. Okay, here is our cup so far. This is 2 coats of epoxy. I love that ombre at the bottom. It just all goes together so well, and honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to put some pinstripes right there because it just kind of goes like it's supposed to be there. I think we're going to use this decal if it shows up really well. And then we're also going to see if this will fit around the bottom. It's okay. It's fine. Everything is fine. See my struggles. Okay. Now the question is, when there's a handle on the cup, which way should our decal face? I always go for right-handed. No offense to you left-handed people, but the majority of people are right-handed. So I'm holding the handle this way. I'd want the decal to be on this side so it's facing out. So that's what we're gonna do. And I have even seen, and I really like this idea actually, decals right here on this side, so it's in the middle, straight across from the handle. But we're gonna do it this way. See if I can just eyeball this. Just put the cup straight in front of me and we're gonna pop it on that way. Just waiting for Halloween. Cute, cute, cute. Look at how well that's showing up. Yay, I was kind of afraid that it wouldn't show up that good with such a dark background, but that looks really nice. Yes. Okay, I said I might not add some pinstriping on here, but let's think about it. Nah, I'm not going to, because I like how that is. I like how some of the glitter kind of comes out from it a little bit, and if we add on pinstripes, it's not going to quite blend in right here. And I like it the way that it is. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and trim out around these, just so that doesn't build up. And the way that I'm going to do that is just take my craft blade. If you have a little drill, a little like Dremel tool, you can also use that. That would actually be best if you used like a little Dremel tool to sand away the epoxy from the prongs. Some companies, I'm not sure of which, I just know that I've saw them, also makes silicone covers for these. Which would also make this easier. You can also heat it up with your heat gun just a little bit, but what, excuse me, what I'll run into with that is I will just kind of like accidentally heat it up too much and then compromise the seal between my epoxy and my glitter that's underneath. Especially using, let's not cut my hand. So, just do it this way. Probably best if you wear some safety glasses so you don't get smacked in the eyeball with some epoxy. It's fun. And then I can just kind of go around it a little bit with a piece of sandpaper and we're ready for epoxy. If I didn't get residue down here. So I'm going to clean this off and then we'll be back to add on epoxy. I think I'm going to add a couple bats. Just because I cut out these smaller ones. And we're just going to randomly place a couple bats along the bottom side. I was able to use just a teeny tiny bit of acetone. Oh my Lord, to remove that sticky residue. So let's just put a couple bats on here. Go. Squish that down into that crease. There we go. One little bubble. Look at that. That turned out really good. I like it. I'll put one little baddie right here. Right over that curve. I think I just got a good idea for under the handle. What if we did something like that? Is that too much? I don't think so. I think it'll be cute. Let's find out. Let's find out.
Alright guys, I've got a ton of a little extra incorporated epoxy. I'm working on, let's see, 8 cups and a tray at the moment, and what's awesome is this is their fast set. So it's one of the only fast set epoxies that I've been able to use that does not cure too fast if I mix up a lot. And this is 120 milliliters, so it's pretty awesome that I'm able to mix this amount of epoxy and get all of my things done, still be able to torch it, and it dries within 3 hours. Pretty awesome. Usually I can epoxy pretty quick, but with this having all the curves, I'm gonna spend just a little bit of extra time on it so I can get it even and make sure I'm not missing anywhere. Alright, this is going on the turner. Got a little bit too much right there. This is going to go on the turner, and I will torch to get any micro bubbles out, and that's it.
And here is our beautiful finished Halloween tumbler. Look at how awesome those two colors come together. I'm so glad I decided to put the bats down here, and honestly I'm really happy that the lace didn't work out because I think the bats look way better than that would. We've got our straw topper and we added our handle back on. Got our pretty sparkles underneath our handle, and look at that awesome holographic effect. This turned out so good. I hope that y'all have enjoyed this tutorial, that you've learned something new. I will have all of the details about these from Glamour Tribe listed down below for you, and all the discount codes and other products used as well. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments for me and I'll answer them as quickly as possible. That is all for today. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you next time.